Ifrit, My Name is Your Trial. Story by John Tang. Concept art by Chikaku. Theme Find Your Way by Nobuo Uematsu. A nightmare wakes me up from my slumber. Humans wait outside my domicile to gather the hubris to face me to the death. A young man and his teacher with the assistance of another powerful deity. My mind searches through the land for those who beckon my attention. They weren't your average humans who would tease the drunken courage from each other. Despicable. Sulfur rises from my fur just thinking about how they play near the mouth of the cavern. Always they gather in small tribes in the middle of the night when the guards have reached their thresholds. Through the land, I can hear them inflating each other's egos to go inside. They would assault each other's masculinity until they were boys in a choir. Many times, though, they'd have the decency to vacate the premises. The concentration of an elemental force deterred them to the edge of the cavern. It just proves how malleable the human spirit could be. A few words could propel humans into believing they were on par with a deity. There was one afternoon when a girl and her tutor had barely escaped the cavern with their skin intact. They had made it deep inside the cavern, at the altar, my permanent resting place. Lava flowed from the well and stirred in the lava field in a perpetual motion against the natural mantle underneath. To endure the intense heat conveyed that these weren't the average students in search of the elements. My form took existence right before their eyes. The girl, dressed in her navy blue school uniform and leather boots, stood her ground holding a bow staff as if she were handling an ox or a water buffalo. Her tutor, on the other hand, an artificer, held a steady hand over the pistol grip inside his vest. They stood amazed on the narrow strip of land, clearly visible in their facial expressions that they had never seen a deity who had the agility of a lion, the strength of a beast, and the intellectualism of a fallen angel. We seek your guidance, the tutor demanded, and appealed to empathy. What can you offer us? My name is your trial, human, I said. Speak again. Then we'll just have to tame you. But my stature was too large for them, my agility too fierce. The vaults of the cavern couldn't contain me as I lunged at them with the velocity which had knocked the girl down to the ground. Her bow staff hung off the edge of the narrow strip of land behind me. Quickly regaining her position, she knew it was futile to get her equipment. She seemed so dependent on her human weapon that she slowly backed away. But she also knew, as soon as she turned her back against me, her life was over. Nida, retreat, her tutor said. We overstayed our welcome. A wise observation, I murmured. The artificer drew his gun, cocked the hammer, and unloaded several rounds. A searing streak of flesh burned across my lower ribs. Another bullet penetrated my shoulders, but it didn't decommission me, barely stunned me. Instead, the opposite occurred. Anger roiled my blood. Adrenaline filled my veins. My fury stirred the lava into a frenzy as I lunged at the tutor, zagging left and right, evading his bullets. Within arm's reach, one swipe knocked the gun out of his hand. My stature too intimidating that it threw him off balance. My fangs a few centimeters away from flaying the flesh from the bone. Shooters never understood melee in close quarters. Pathetic, really. Leave my domain, or else suffer in purgatory. The tutor crawled backwards on his arms. From a safe distance, he got back up, and with his student, they escaped death. My story ends here, though. The intruders have begun their trial. A young man in a black leather jacket with his tutor, the infamous Quistis Trape, enters my domicile with a rather nonchalance and courage. I sense another entity in my domain, another deity. A cold breeze burns the flesh beneath my fur. Shiva, is that you? What has caused you to ally with humans? My senses tell me this isn't your average student.